Hey friends, Megan Elizabeth here from bymeganelizabeth.com, aboverubystudio.com, creator founder of the She Makes Club. And I wanted to jump on live with you very impromptu. I'm like in my cozy fuzzy sweatshirt in my office creating, and I just realized that I really could just equally share this moment with you all, and share a little bit of what I'm doing tonight and have some fun making and creating together. I, for the first time ever this year, have jumped on board to do Allie Edwards' one little word workshop. I can't get words out right now. I'm sorry. I really didn't plan on going live at all. I didn't. But I just thought, hey Debbie, that it was really a good night to do it, and that we could have some fun together and just create. So I wanted to do that. I'm trying to share this. If you're coming on and you want to share, that would be awesome. I always encourage, and I'm so thankful for when people come on and comment, share, because then I know who's here and I know what's going on in your life and in your world. And Facebook then says, hey, this video is for this community of people who have chosen to follow Megan. So it's always really helpful. Anyway, so for the first time ever, I have taken on doing Allie's actual one little word workshop. And I got her kit and everything for it. And I have chosen a word every year probably since 2005, 2006. And I started doing scrapbook pages and vision boards for my one word that I've chosen since 2011. And I actually have a list. I'll see if I can do it without making anybody sick. I even have a list of all of my words running on my desk. So 2011 was focus, trust, choices, balance, excellence, thrive, believe, forward. And I've chosen words for my personal life, and I've chosen words for my business as well. So I have done this for a really long time. But I finally decided I want it to be kind of poured into more than I want it to be the one doing the pouring or the creativity all on my own for the first time. Especially since I'm doing She Makes Club this year, and I'm all in with the way I'm doing She Makes Club, with a theme for vision and a topic for every month. So I really loved that this month in Allie's workshop, the prompt for February was basically to create a vision board, and she actually showed her vision board and different ones that she's had through the years and different things. So my personal word, my theme for She Makes Club is vision, but my personal word is depth. So I showed this a little bit inside She Makes Club already. I'll just preview it just a little so you guys can see. I'm using Allie's cards, and I set up my January, just going through and doing her prompts, and really ironically going deeper with my word, which is depth. I really decided that there's things that in my life that I want to go deeper in my soul with. I don't want to be afraid to share authentically, and I want to just do things differently in my life going forward than I have maybe necessarily in the past or the last 35 years of my life. So I'm just looking ahead and doing some of these things. Well, anyway, for February, her prompt was to do a vision board. Well, I've done vision boards every year since I was 18 years old, where I literally grab a ginormous poster board, and I print out pictures of stuff that I've already experienced and done, because those pictures of things that I've experienced and done represent feelings, and the feelings are the things that I want to have more of and experience more of in my life and going forward. So I'll tell you some stories. I'll be really honest and a little bit vulnerable here tonight in sharing this. I have shared vision board workshops and goal setting workshops probably since 2012. I've been sharing different vision board workshops and goal setting workshops, and why I feel like it's important, and why I even feel like it's a biblical thing to do, and why I feel like it's so important to have intentions and thoughts towards your future. And why I feel like it's important scripturally, like from the Bible as well. So I've shared those thoughts a lot over the years. And so when Allie's challenge was to do a vision board, I was like, well, my vision board's already done. Like, this is actually the vision board I did with Nate in 2019. So technically I didn't do a vision board for 2020, even though honestly, probably, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these things were accomplished in 2019. Like, what more do we want to create, have, do, be, experience in 2020? So I was like, I took Allie's like prompts very, very seriously. Like, yeah, we have some ideas for like a dream home. Like, I really feel like I'm already living in very close to what my dream home is. We don't own it, but we live in it, and I love it, and I'm so thankful for it. I'm thankful for where we live, where we sit back, different elements, aspects, pieces of that. Like, so grateful for it. And I'm really excited to sorry, getting a phone call, to go forward with that, like to have some other things and have some other experiences. But when I was really thinking about my word depth and deeper, I've always known and I've always felt like it's so much more than about these things. Like, yes, I want to grow my business. Yes, I want the membership to take on a different life and to really help people in a very impactful way. And I want to be able to provide housing for single parents. And like, there's all these like big vision, big goal, big, huge dream ideas that I've had for a very, very, very long time. So these things are represented on this board. And this is like a huge poster board. Like, it takes up like half of our bedroom, like the back of our bedroom door. Like, it's a very big thing. So I have a picture of it that Nate actually has a copy of it on his desk at work. I have a copy of it that I have kept in my, like, in the front of my passion planner or in my Erin Condren planner, whatever one I'm using for the year. I've like had a picture of a vision board kept around or with me. Where did I put that when I did that? Where did I put it? Did anybody see where that went? Where'd it go? Holy cow, did it just fall into like the black hole of my life? Where did that go? That was weird. Oh, here it is. That was really weird. Hi, Stacy. Hey, Katina. So anyway, this was like so impromptu, but anyway, we have this. He has a picture of it, and I was like, oh, it's already done. And then I was like, no, it's not. Like, Megan, you need to go deeper this year, and you need to think about some of the feelings, and not just like I've wanted a hot tub, and I've had a picture of a hot tub on my vision board for the last 5 years and just haven't had the opportunity or place to have one yet. Like, it's not just about getting the hot tub, like, and it's never been. So, hey, Linda, I'm so glad you're here. It's good to see you, friend. Happy anniversary, by the way. So, I'm really working at getting my health and my body back in alignment from a lot of things that have happened. And it was so, like, not easy. But I kind of shared inside She Makes Club. Like, I went on a weight loss journey, like, in 2012. And I was over 200 pounds. But, like, I knew why I was over 200 pounds. Like, I'll be really honest with you. I knew why. In 2010, 2011, like, right after Jenna was born, like, I went through horrible postpartum depression. I would wake up to nurse my baby at 2 o'clock in the morning and literally eat a box of Pop-Tarts. Like, literally eat a whole box of Pop-Tarts. So it was like kind of like no wonder like you gained all this weight. You're like being stupid with your body and being like stupid depressed, and you need to make different choices. So going into 2011, 2012, I got a personal trainer. I went to the gym 4 or 5 days a week. I drastically like changed the way I eat. I started my 30-day challenge, like in 2012 is when I started that for myself. And eat, completely clean fruits and vegetables only, and did the supplements and did all the things, right? And I was able to get under 110 pounds, like, which was probably really low for my body. I'm like 5'4", 5'5". So like 130 is really where like I'm comfortable. And I was able to maintain that for a long time. I didn't get on here to talk about my weight loss, but my point was like, I have struggled now since. So part of my like vision and figuring this out isn't like just to do the things to lose the weight. It's, hey, welcome home. It's really going deeper in understanding my body, my hormones, and so many other things. So when Allie's challenge came to do the vision board, I was like, okay, well, initially I was like, okay, I'm just going to slap this in with a note to self card that she has in her kit to say, like, here's my vision, here's what I want. I'll just like make some notes about going deeper. And then I really felt like pulled in my heart, like I need to print out other photos and I need to like add this into my particular album for this 2020 year and really go deeper with it and express some of these things and tell the story around it even more. So I'm sharing it with you to just kind of show you what I'm doing. I am going to still use this because this still really does reflect a lot of where I feel like Nate and I are going forward in our lives and the feelings that we want to have and the things that we want to accomplish together in our lives. But it's, again, deeper than that. So what I did was I went through and I found different images on Pinterest and even in my own life, pictures of ourselves, like once again, that really work for me and like speak to me. So I'm going to cut these out and I'm going to put them together and I'll do it with you guys in real time. Authenticity is kind of my big word. I found this image and I was like, oh wow, it says real, accurate, transparent, ownable, cool, honesty, initiative, genuine, reliable, values, and authoritative. And I just love this right away because my whole heart in She Makes Club, and I'm making mistakes as I go along, and I'm also learning a lot, and I'm learning to give myself permission as this grows and goes forward because there's so many pieces to this. And one of the things that I have written as part of my like mission statement or value statement for 2020 is to add value to each life that I connect with and inspire and encourage others deeply while I daily make and share authentically. And so I'm trying to kind of, oh, here it is, by the way. Here's the vision board in the front in a bigger size printout. Like, it's a huge, huge thing. If you were in my bedroom, you'd be like, holy cow. So I have that all written there. So authenticity is like a really big deal for me this year. And the word inspiration. I have a tendency to go from 0 to 100 very, very quickly. And I have such a desire to want to see people change their lives. I've wanted to change my life. I've gone through so many processes to take steps to change my life and different courses and different things. And sometimes I tend to like forget to take the baby steps. And really it comes down to slowing down and taking in that inspiration. And to me, nothing speaks more of like slowing down, relaxation, being inspired than being on a beach and letting the water grow. And when I saw this inspire written in the sand, I was like, holy cow, that's exactly the feeling and the that like I like this and I want to portray this, reflect this, and feel this. So they fit together for me, and that's all a part of what I want to like share and envelop inside She Makes Club. So that's part of that. Another image that really just speaks to me remembering that I need to like slow down and enjoy the process and take time to get there is me enjoying my bubble baths, my hot tub, my whatever. And I think this image is like a dream kind of scenario situation, like this gorgeous like luxury bathtub overlooking the water and the mountains in the background. It's not about like having this necessarily. It's more just about the feeling of like what this encompasses, which is really hard to like communicate over a Facebook Live, I think, but I'm just sharing it what it is with you. And the same kind of situation of just kind of slowing down at home, relaxing on the porch swing, taking in the moments, enjoying the moments, enjoying what really matters. And I feel like that's what this represents for me as well. And then this is the same exact image I have had for many years on my vision board of someday this will happen. I feel like I've made a lot of excuses as to why it hasn't happened or won't happen or whatever yet, but it's still there. So I'm going to just keep it in the forefront of my mind and say, hey, this is still what we're going for in the long run. Like, hello, that's like my ideal backyard scenario. So we'll leave that there as like a thing. I talked a little bit about my balance and my health and going deeper with that. And it's not just for me. It's not just about getting to the gym and eating the stupid salads and drinking the stupid water, because there's more going on, I think, in my mind and body than there is just going into I'm not just making stupid decisions in the things that I'm putting into my mouth, or I'm not just sitting on the sofa and not moving my body. So this represents some of those more traditional thoughts, I guess, of health and fitness and those things like workout shoes, running, eating the fruits and veggies. So it triggers that aspect of my mind, but I also know it's a lot deeper than that for me in getting my mind health in check, to get the hormones in check, to get the other pieces in check, to relax and de-stress and sleep better and some of those other things. So that's part of my depth journey in my health for this year and for my vision. So I'm using pieces and pictures that have inspired me for things that, yes, I want to have, but it goes more than that. I also found this really beautiful picture I already told you of just sitting in the sand and seeing the water and the sunset. Like, there's nothing better to me. There's nothing that feels more relaxing to me and more balancing or regrounding to me. And this is somebody doing yoga, and to me that represents some relaxation, some refocusing. It's not necessarily everybody, well, I'm not going to go into all that, but anyway, it represents that. So that's why I chose this image for me. And then I listen to audiobooks all the time, but I'm challenging myself to actually physically read, like slow down to read and give that my full attention more. I want to read more with the kids and even with Nate. And so I chose this as like a challenging picture to my vision for 2020. And I'm not trying to build 9,000 new habits in 2020 either. I'm learning to, for me personally, I feel like I'm learning to like give myself permission to slow down. So yes, challenge and push myself. I've always been the one to want to challenge myself to push. And I think that the word push is something that I really contemplated having as my word for 2020. But I also realized that for me, pushing and hustle and like the constant have to have it like go perfection, that means to me, the connotation that personally has to me, that's not necessarily what the words mean, but what it represents to me, was not what I was looking for. I really don't want to like push myself to do more things. I want to go deeper in the things that I'm already doing. I want them to have more meaning. I want the relationships to connect fuller. I want the things that I share and that I speak about to have more intention. I want to have better boundaries to say no to the things that I need to say no to. So that's why I ended up choosing the word depth, because it wasn't about like pushing it. It's about settling into it. For me. So that's why I chose that. And then the final picture I chose, and I've had this similar image on a vision board for a long time, and this is like one of the stupidest pictures I think anybody that would look at it would be like, what the heck? This picture isn't a picture of my actual childhood at all. It's not a picture of my family growing up, but this image gives me a signal and a reminder and a moment of memories of my childhood that I found and have wanted to reflect back to my kids. And it's an image that reminds me that I need to stop and have fun with the kids differently than what than what my mind normally would allow me to do. And I'm thankful that my parents were the parents that my dad went out and bought these stupid wooden ping pong guns, and my parents did not care that the house got completely torn apart and pillow and beanbag forts were built in the middle of the living room and the family room and the dining room, and the entire family would shoot ping pong balls at each other for a night, and there'd be complete loud chaos, and I'm sure the neighbors were like, what the heck is going on there? And my parents had those times and timeouts of fun with us as kids. And so this image is a reminder of that for me, that I need to slow down and go deeper in those ways with my kids as well. It's not always about doing the schoolwork with them. It's not always about making sure they get their lessons in or that the house is clean. It's more. So this image represents that for me. It kind of sounds crazy, but that's what it is. Okay, so I really spent way more time talking about these images than I intended to do. I really just wanted to start cutting them up and putting them together because I don't need them to be all full 4x6 photos. I have borders on these because they just kind of printed out at the size that they were, and I wanted to just dive in and start doing this. And here I am rambling because I have a tendency to do that from time to time. So if you have put up with the rambling, thank you. I'm not here to suck up your night, but I hope that I can encourage you in some way and maybe get you to think about some things and have some fun creating. So I wanted to get these in my album tonight, and I want to see here. I have the okay, so my plan is I have some page protectors, and I was going to get them into just the pocket page protectors is really what I was wanting to do. And so I kind of think what I want to have happen is have February represented. And I don't have this all figured out yet, but I just wanted to kind of share. So I wanted to do You Are Exactly Where You Need to Be, because I'm all about the big picture and the vision and the planning. And sometimes, which is why my slogan has been Enjoy the Moment for a trillion years, I forget to just breathe in the moment that I'm in. And so I wanted to start out February as the reminder of, even though I'm looking forward to the vision of my future, I do want to get the Canon selfie. Let me tell you, I want to get that. I don't have it. I want it though. I wanted February to kick off with that. And this is one of the cards in Allie's kit. And this is just the way, my interpretation of how I'm going forward to do this. So I really do want to set this particular, I really wanted to do the Inspire and Authenticity together though. You know what? We're going to set it off with this. The original vision board. But I'm going to go further with it. So even though I am going to take that in the initial pieces of it. Okay, I'm going to mat this out because that says Canon on the back. I have a Canon printer. It's just not the selfie. So let me grab. This is the paper. Ooh, goodness. This is the paper pack. It's by Simple Stories. I highlighted it at the beginning of 2020 and the end of 2019. And this is like my favorite. I have it available in my Amazon store if you're interested in it. But this is what I'm using in and throughout my One Little Word album as well. So I'm kind of choosing. Ooh. Let's use this one. We're going to use this because I don't have a true 4x6 of my vision board ready. So I'm going to do a 4x6. This is a background. It's wood grain, and then it says faith, hope, love, amen, over and over. So it's really cute. I don't know that any of this is actually going to translate out, that you'll be able to read it or anything, but the colors are perfect. So we're going to do a little bit smaller than 4x6, and I'm going to stick my vision board picture down on there so that Canon is not what you see when I do the photos back to back. So again, even though I can't read the words through that, the colors stand out, and there are words in there with the wood grain. And that fits perfectly for what I'm after. And then on the reverse side, I'm going to do Authenticity, and I'm going to let some of the white, like let the white border of what the printer actually printed out be, and that just be part of it and be okay. Okay, so there is the February. You're exactly where you need to be. the reminders, the feelings, the goals, the whatever, and then the authenticity. And on the back it says more progress, less perfection. So I put those back to back on each other. And then for this one, I want to do the word inspire at the top. And then when I have this here, when they are lined up in the page, you'll see the inspire with the ocean coming through the background of the February clear acrylic, which is, like, to me, that's the perfect thing. Okay, so then I'm going to cut down the yoga pose to a 4x6. What do I do with my paper trimmer? Or I'm sorry, a 3x4. So I want to do just a little bit off the top and the bottom. That was probably way too much off the top, but that's okay. Because I just need it to be 3 inches wide, and it's still 4 inches, so I probably could have just left that and just trimmed off the, I really just needed to trim off the white border. Went a little crazy because I'm getting ahead of myself, but that's okay. So I need this to be 3 inches. That's plenty of border to this. And I could go through and actually reprint these to the size that I need, or make a collage, but I just printed them out as they were when I saved the images. I didn't do anything special to them, so have some freedom to be able to do what works for you. I didn't want to take hours on this. I just printed them out the other day. I shared them, and now I'm just putting it together. So let me see if I can cut this Read More Books down to 3 inches without decimating the integrity of the photo. I think I can. And I'm just going to trim off the white border on that as well. I'm probably not going to go as crazy as I did on that yoga picture. I went a little deep, getting ahead of myself. That's okay. So this is the Read More Books. And that fits right in. And that fits right in. So I can add more of this paper to the background of these as I figure out what's going where, but that's kind of the plan. I want to add some of the other hearts and elements from Allie's kit. So this one says Finding My Way. Actually, this is the perfect one to stick on the top of here. So I'm going to actually re-pull out this image on the beach. And does this have adhesive on it? I always forget. I feel like this does. Is it adhesive or is it just the back? Yeah, it has adhesive on it. So I'm taking off, they're like little patches. And I'm going to just stick it down on here. And we'll cut this to 3 inches. And we'll utilize this for it as well. So we'll do that. Hi Karen, thanks for joining in tonight. Do you have a selfie, Debbie? Is that why you're asking? Or are you trying to figure out if you want to get one, or what was your plan or situation? What were your thoughts, girl? Okay, so there's that part. And then we're going to do the reverse side of it. I am going to I'm going to take this and I'm going to put a heart over it. Because, again, I'm trying to represent a little bit more than just, I'm trying to represent more than just going forward and eating all the salad and doing all the workouts. But for me, it's still a reminder to like those pieces are still important for my mind, my body, my health. And I'm going to put moving forward in the middle of that heart. So I'm just using an adhesive square from Glue Arts for this. So you can see a little bit of the square coming through, which I'm not worried about. And I'm going to do the moving forward right on there. And I think I'm actually going to take my heart punch here. So this is the heart punch I used at the beginning of the year. And let me just find a page with some teal in it so that I can use a little bit differently. Oh, this is perfect. This teal stripe. So here's the teal stripe in here, and I'm just gonna probably do one or two of those. I might end up doing a couple more, but we'll just start with. Ew, come on now. We'll start with these two to have them available. Did I drop one? Oh, here. And grab another adhesive square for that. And I'm going to grab one of the metallic pearls to stick on there. Okay. And I think I can get, how do I want to do this? I'm actually going to go here. And let's see if I can make this the 3x4 I want it to be in my life. So I don't always use all the images and pictures of the family and things that we've done and have experienced and want to experience. Sometimes I take just images from magazines or from Pinterest or just Google itself and figure out what portrays the feelings that I want a vision board to have for me. And this Make It Happen, I want it to put on with the She Makes. It almost sounds forceful when I say make it happen and an aspect of my business. But for me, what I want to communicate to myself in this isn't like force it, make it happen. It's get out of your own way and stop being afraid to be fully invested and authentic in what you've been wanting to do, what you've been called to do in your heart. So that is what Make It Happen represents on this photo for me. Okay, it's going to have a different connotation or a different meaning for you, and that is okay. That is quite all right for you to give these things the meaning that you need and or want to be giving them. I actually probably need to grab a different protector. I probably only need one more for this, and I feel like, all right, we'll do one of these guys again. Should we? Or should we do... Alright. Yeah, that's the same one. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Just, here we are. I'm here. Okay, I need another... Let's take this one. No, let's not. Let's take... How does this trim down? I don't know if I'm how I'm feeling about this new paper trimmer. I just got this one, you guys, and I'm just like, it's not quite working for me. the way I want it to be. Perfect. I can still get a little bit of that chandelier in there and the floor, and a little bit of everything still shows, even cutting it down to the size that I need. And I don't know if I'm going to need to trim out or decorate more with it, but for now I'm going to just let the white be. I'm going to not overly stress about the white on the top of each side. I might go back and add something more to it to round it out, but I'm right now kind of want the read more books to go with the image of that ping pong gun too. So I'm gonna maybe shift that around, and I'm gonna put this in that place instead. So let's see here. Do it like this. Whoa! Aggressive. That's how it's feeling. Okay. So I don't know if you've ever personally created any kind of vision board, or if it's like a totally foreign, intimidating concept to you. There are so many different ways to do it. I remember working in the hair salon when I was 19. I was the manager of a salon at a very young age, at 19 years old, and I had a lot of women working in the salon that were a lot younger than me, and they weren't, I don't want to say resentful is not quite the right word, but just kind of that, who do you think you are? You're 19 years old. You're not going to tell me what to do. And I made them in one of the meetings do, like, grab magazines from the front of the salon and create vision boards. And within a couple months' time of creating those vision boards, our salon drastically turned around. Everybody did actually feel more inspired towards going towards their goals, and had a little bit of a different direction and feeling going forward and going into it, that was very changing for our entire the entire team. I'm trying to think how I want to do this, because this is, although it could just go in the back here. I could add 2 more images and just have this go in the back and not even stress about it, because I could just back to back this guy. Slide this in here. I have an image there. I have this image back here. I could actually even journal more, like the story I told you guys. I could journal that in the white space here. And I could actually still find and grab space for one more photo, or just cut this down. I'm going to go with cut this down to go in that other spot, and then I'll just find either another card that I want to represent, or just cut out another piece of that Faith, Hope, Love paper. Either way, I'll be fine. So we're going to cut this down to a 3x4. Let's see, how much do we want to cut off of the bottom here? We'll start with the bottom, know how much we want off there to figure out how much we need to take off the top. Perfect. Okay. And then I just need to cover up the cannon on the back. Okay, so there were a couple more elements I really thought about adding onto this, because there's this really beautiful one little word like sticker sheet. And I'm just thinking some of them will fit on here. But I actually think I'm going to take my time figuring that out, and I'm going to write a little bit more in journal, which I'm going to kind of wrap up for tonight. I just kind of wanted to show you, like, getting it set up, getting the pictures, what they meant to me, why I was doing it, why it's different for me doing it this time, and it is actually deeper, and I just wanted to share that with you. So thank you for spending some of your time with me on a Tuesday night. I might do something like add a heart in here and just keep it a plain white background. Is kind of what I'm thinking. So add the heart that goes along with the rest of the theme. And then a few other things. So that's probably what'll end up there. I will post more pictures of my entire like album and journey and more pages that I do as the months go on inside She Makes. I would love to have you come along and be a part of that journey. Just telling more stories together, creating with our Cricut, making scrapbook pages, and celebrating past, present, and looking forward to the future. So I hope you have a great day, guys. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you soon. Enjoy the moments. Bye.